Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Gopika Jeevan Smaranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.
We welcome you all to our the first day of our Katha, the Bhakta Vijayam series. We have the Katha by Sri Narayanan, who is a long-time disciple of Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam Sri Muralidhara Swamiji. He lives in Boston and was among the first group of devotees who started our organization, the Global Organization for Divinity, here in the US back in 2007. He is one of the pillars of GOD USA, has conducted several nationwide satsangs over the years and also conducts satsangs and discourses regularly in Boston. He has completed innumerable Srimad Bhagavata Saptahams and has studied Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayanam and other scriptures of our dharma as well as Bhakta Charitrams under the guidance and grace of Sri Swamiji. This week, we are all fortunate to be able to listen to stories from the lives of many saints from around Bharata Varsha from Sri Narayan. We will be today's lecture will be on Sri Narayanan Swami. Over to Narayan.
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jnana Vairagya Sampurnan Haribhakti Parayanan Purva Acharyan Aham Vande Sampradaya Pravartakan. Hare Rameti Krishneti Nama Sankirtanam Sada Lokakshemaya Kurvantam Premikam Sadgurum Bhaje Murali Manditakara Kamalam Munjana Mohanam Vyatyastapadam Vanamaladharyam Prema Bhakta Mandala Nitya Kirtitam Shri Premika Varadam Ashrayeham Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnananashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Prahladanarada Parashara Pundarika Vyasambarisha Sukshukha Saunaka Bhishmadalpyan Rukmangada Junavasitha Vibhishanadin Punyaniman Parama Bhagavatan Smarami Shriman Seshatrinilaya Sharanagata Vatsalaha Sarvalokaikascha Sarvalokaikanatascha Srinivaso Gatirmama Brahma Rudradachyamanaha Prasannavadhanambuja Prasanna Charanambuja Padmavati Prananato Srinivaso Gatirmama Sharanya Sarvalokanam Shankha Chakradadaraha Pranatasti Haro Vishnuhu Srinivaso Gatirmama Mega Shyamarupascha Jagan Mangala Vigraha Srivatsakaustubadaraha Srinivaso Gatirmama Pitambar Padmanetro Govinda Komaladaraha Vanamali Vasudevaha Srinivaso Gatirmama क्वणकिङ्किणिपादश्च काञ्चीकङ्कणनूपुरः कल्याणगुणचारित्र श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम करुणापूर्णहृदयो गन्धर्वामरसेवितः कोटिमन्मथलावण्य श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम प्रसादलेश संकृष्ट भक्तमण्डलपूजितः प्रपत्तिमार्गसुलभ श्रीनिवासो गतिर्मम गोपिका जीवनस्मरणम् सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की By the infinite grace and compassion of our beloved Sadguru Maharaj, His Holiness Maharanyam, Sri Muralidhara Swamiji, and with the infinite blessings of our Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal, and His Sathiamoorthy, our own Madhuri Sakhi Sameta Premika Thakurji, here, we are all blessed to be celebrating this Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal's Vaibhavotsavam. And as we are doing it this next consecutive year of Vaibhavotsavam, it's very important to understand what Vaibhavotsavam is, isn't it? Vaibhavam, the word Vaibhavam itself comes from the word Vibhavam. And Vibhavam, what is Vibhavam is, Bhagavan in his purest form is in Vaikuntham. That Bhagavan, out of his compassion and love, takes different forms. For Devas, he takes a form, he has an office. And his office space is in Kshiravdi, the ocean of milk. And he works from home. Not his home, father-in-law's home. Kshira Sagaram is his father-in-law, Mahalakshmi Vadiya. Father-in-law's home is his office. Adanalayo no theriyala. Very strict rules there. So, anyone and everyone cannot see. Only those who have appointments can see him, isn't it? Only those who have specific appointments and who are eligible, you have to have an eligibility criteria. You have to have appointments. Even more stricter. In Vaikuntham, he is even more stricter. You cannot just go and see him. Only special people, Sada Pashyanti Surayaha. Only Nityasuris can see him in Sri Vaikuntham. Comes down a little bit. In this father, see him there. And the Madhuri, special people with special appointments can come and see. Why did he come down there? Is because he knows that they will have something to ask him. What is his duty? His duty is to take us on into his portfolio. So Bhagavan knows that someone will have problems, they will come running. They will come running. You have to note that point. Because the Devaragalikla theriyadu. They are not like Gajendra, right? Here they call him Narayana, Akila Guru, he'll come. From his home he will come. Even if he's not ready, immediately he takes his wife's saree, ties up and comes. Devas don't know. Devas think we have to go to him and we have to go and pray. Adanala they take special appointments. They take appointments and they go and meet him. Bhagavan still is so compassionate. He says, okay, I will open an office for you. He opens his office there and he blesses them also. He says, don't worry. The money number job, how easy it is, right? Ma bhai, don't worry. Truly that is enough. Truly that is enough. When Bhagavan says, don't worry, that is what you see in true Mahatmas. When you go to a true Mahatma's Sannidhi and you cry at their problems, that is what they will say. They will not say, okay, I will give you a mantra, I will give you a yantra. That is not their job. They will say, don't worry, Bhagavan Pathakam, Nama Sulingar. Chant Nama, everything will be all right. It is not about the problem, it is their saying that word that will make it all right. Yeah. Adinala, that is very important there. Bhagavan also, he says, Mahabhai. When Devas come and Hiranyakashipu is very, his tyranny cannot be controlled, Bhagavan says, Mahabhai, don't worry. Don't worry. Devas are not satisfied. Devas are not satisfied. They still go back and say, no, we cannot face this. Then Bhagavan says, okay, I will come later. Then Devas are not still pleased with that. Then Bhagavan goes and says, I will not come for your sake, I will come for sake of Prahlada. That's what happens every time, isn't it? Apudi he comes there. Then, what about others? What about others who are not Devas, who are not Brahma, the next level, right? Bhagavan is even more compassionate. He is even more compassionate. He descends down one more step. Avataram, he descends down one more step. In the Avataram, Dashavataram, we know he has 10 avatarams, 24 avatarams, Avatarahi Asankheya, Bhagavatam says. Infinite avatarams he has. And Bhagavatam enlists about 22 avatarams. Enlists 22 avatars. And here, every avataram is for a particular reason. And all these are called Vaibhavotsavam. So there are especially Rama Avataram and Krishna Avataram are called Vaibhavavatars. Here now he has come in that form of a Vaibhavam to grace people. He showers his grace on people, he descends down on earth. Even though the prayer is made by Asmat Prasada Subukam Kalaya Kalesha Ishwaku Vamsat, Brahmaji says, Asmat Prasada Subukam, he prayed, then you descended down as Rama. Brahma is that kind of ego there. And the Madri, even though Devas go and pray, Bhagavan comes down, descends down on earth, and he says, okay, I will, he blesses all of them with his form. Allah Vibhavam. Yeah. But the problem with Vibhavataram is only those that are there during that time get blessed. Beyond that, very difficult, to get blessed. Adhanala Bhagavan comes down in a different form also. Even though Bhagavan is in all of us, Antaryamiya Irundalum, Bhagavan comes down in a different form. He comes down as Archamurti. And the first Archamurti is our Aishwarya Srinivasa. He comes down, Adhe Vibhavam comes down as Archamurti, as Aishwarya Srinivasa, as Srinivasa, Sri Vaikunta Viraktaya, Swami Pushkaranitate. Out of compassion, he comes down. Shishyanna in Atmanivedanam says, out of compassion he took the Shankha. Out of compassion he took the Chakra in his hand. Edhikaga meant to bless us all. Out of compassion for us, he took the Shankha and Chakra and he came down as Archavataram. So even now, today, as we see him, as we get his darshan, we are all blessed. Simple. That's Archavataram. But interestingly here, we do a Vaibhavotsavam for Srinivasa Perumal. We enjoy the Vaibhavam of Srinivasa Perumal, which means our Srinivasa Perumal is in Archa form here, and we enjoy his Leelas when he came in Vaibhavam form. When he came as Rama and Krishna, whatever Leelas he did, we enjoy that through Bhagavatam, through Kirtans. When we say Rama ni Samana Nevaro, through his Kirtans, through Lord Rama's Kirtans, through Bhagavatam, we enjoy the Vibhavam form of Aishwarya Srinivasa Perumal in the presence of the Vibhavam form, which is Madhuri Siddhi Premito. Adve Vaibhavotsavam. Vaibhavam, we could have said Vaibhavam. But how is that Vaibhavam? Why is that Vaibhavam there? Why did he take Vibhavam? Why did he take Vibhavam for us? Yes, to bless those that were there, to kill Kamsa, to kill Hiranyakashipu, to kill Ravana, yes, all of them there. But for us, so that it can incite Utsaham in our hearts. It can incite Utsaham in our hearts. The moment you start reading Katha Vamsha Vistaro or Kamadbhutam Balakam, the moment you start reading Bhagavatam Ramayana, Utsaham in our hearts. Isn't it? That is what Bhagavatam's Prayojanam, this is what it says. Apo, how do we celebrate Vaibhavotsavam? Through listening to Leelas of Bhagavan, through listening to the Vibhava Leelas of Bhagavan, that itself generates utsaham in our hearts. That is Vaibhavotsavam. Apo, how do we understand that? How do we understand the greatness of these Leelas? Only through Mahatmas. Because in Kali Yuga, Bhagavan said he will not come down in his physical form. He will come in as Sathiamoorthy and he will send so many Mahatmas to show the greatness of Sathiamoorthy, to show the greatness of his Leelas. Whenever yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuktanam dharmasya tad atmanam srijamyam. Whenever there is fall in dharma, I will come. And why will he come? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. To destroy the evil, no, to protect the sadhus and thereby destroy the evil. That is only byproduct. Destroying evil is only a byproduct. Why he comes down? For paritranaya sadhuna. And who are those sadhus? Who are those sadhus of Vijayam who show the greatness of Bhagavan? Those avatarams are those that show the greatness of Bhagavan. And in Kali, Bhagavan comes down as avatars. And what we do in this, the greatest thing that we can do is try to understand the greatness of these avatarams of Bhagavan, these Mahatmas Charitrams, the greatness of his Charitrams, the Mahatmas Charitrams, so that way we can understand the greatness, at least, 1,000th or 1 millionth of a fraction of the greatness of Bhagavan, and we get to understand how they did bhakti, right? If we listen to Govardhana Leela, we would see, we would be able to understand Bhagavan's greatness. But if you listen to Meera's Charitram of the Govardhana Giridhari, we will see how Meera pined for him, how Bhakta Meera pined for him, longed for him, and all we need to do is, pray that we get 1% of that bhakti. We don't even need to pray. Merely listening to those charitrams is enough. That will itself give the greatness, that bhakti to us. Slowly, that is the Bhagavata Mahatmyam Bhagavad Bhakti. How can you induce bhakti in your hearts? By only listening to the stories of these Mahatmas. That is why Bhagavan has blessed us with Bhakta Vijay this time. Because once you listen to Bhagavan's greatness, then listen to Bhakta's greatness. That will show us the greatness of Bhagavan even better. We listened to our Venkatesha Vaibhavam last year, where we saw the greatness of Bhagavan, how he descended down on earth out of compassion, how he descended down on earth, and now we are to understand the greatness of him through Bhagavats, through Mahatmas. And whenever there is Dharma Glani, whenever there is Glani to our Dharma, Mahatmas come. And the greatest of avatars is the avatar of Adi Shankara, isn't it? All of us understand Adi Shankara to be the Hamsa of Lord Shiva. And which is extremely true, which is the 100% truth. Shankara, is really Shankara's avatar. And he is come down in the form of a sannyasi, because Sri Rudram has that effect. Lord Shiva has Jatabhar, he has locks of hair, and Sri Rudram says, I am in the form that has locks of hair. I am in the form where I have a tonsured head as well. To make that true, Bhagavan came down, Lord Shiva came down as Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, isn't it? When he came down, what did he come to show? The reason for this avatar, all of us know, is to show the greatness of our Sampradaya, Advaita Sampradaya. All of us understand that very well. Because that was the time when there was such a problem with our Sanatana Dharma. Whenever there is problem to our Sanatana Dharma, avatar has come. And here Adi Shankara's avatar happened when our Dharma was completely misconstrued. There were in various different dimensions. Shankaracharya, Bhagavatpada descended down on earth. He had to show the greatness of our Sampradaya. He had to show the greatness of Vedas to those who had misinterpreted the Vedas. He had to show the greatness of Vedas and show the greatness of Vedanta, the end of all the Vedas, the Upanishads, to those who had thrown down the Vedas, into trash. There was and adopted some different paths. There were so many different dimensions that he had to fix. That's why he came down. He came down as an avatar. Not many people understand his hridaya, his heart. Isn't it? What was Adi Shankara's heart? Adi Shankara's heart was Krishna Bhakti. Adi Shankara's heart was Krishna Bhakti. Acharya Hridayam na enna abdina, only the Gurunatha can show us the Acharya Hridayam. That Hridayam was filled because in a Kirtana Gurunatha sings Nija Bhakta Gale Jivan Mukta. Who is a Jivan Mukta? He will be a true Bhakta. People can speak just Vedanta, they can just talk about Vairagyam and Jnanam Allah. But those who talk about true Krishna Bhakti is the greatest of Vedantis. And Adi Shankara's Hridayam was that. In a beautiful Kirtan. Shri Shankara Guru Varam Bhajami. Gurunatha shows the greatness of Adi Shankara's descent. And he says, he took sannyasa because he wanted to go around and go the entire country, entire Bharata Desham and show the greatness of Dharma. Ella Panda, Omkara Japam Panda, all of that he did. And now what was his heart? Sringara Krishna Padambuja Pujakam. Sringara Krishna Padambuja. Look at the words that he uses. Sringara Krishna Padambuja Pujakam. The sannyasi, in the Charanam, he says, the greatest of sannyasis, Omkara Japa Priya Jnana Bhaskaram. He is the greatest of sannyasi who had true devotion to Lord Krishna in his heart. That was how our Adi Shankara was. And right from his childhood, his mother had given him the leelas of our Lord Krishna as his food. Swamatra Katitam Shrinvan Krishna Leelam Dine Dine Govinde Paramam Bhaktim Lebhe Shiva Guru Sudaha. Our Adi Shankara, she fed him with Krishna Bhakti. And the place where he lived, Kaladi, when he was a little child, our Adi Shankara had a beautiful form of Krishna, which he would celebrate every day, every morning he would go and do. Shri Krishna Pratima Akaram Pujayan Balakaisa Purnanadikate Nityam Vichaharacha Shankaraha Nityam Krishnalayam Gatva Jananyasah Shankaraha Stotrani Vividhanyevam Chakara Jnaninam Varaha. Suddenly he would jump and dance. He would sing on Krishna. He would sing Krishna Kirtan. All these stories we don't know unless the Gurunatha shows us, isn't it? We have to see the heart of a Mahatma, heart of an avatar Krishna. That was the heart of our Adi Shankaracharya. If you look at his works, if you look at his heart, you will see his works. If you look at his works, you can see his heart. Otherwise, you should see with the right eye. Then you will understand his heart. And the moment when we all know the story of Adi Shankaracharya, when crocodile came and caught his leg, immediately, he took Apats and look at Adi Shankara's mom, Krishna Bhakta. She says, go Shankara, go, take sannyasa, go and show the greatness of our dharma. She happily blesses her efforts. And our Adi Shankara goes, at the last moment of his life, Adi Shankaracharya comes back to his mother, isn't it? Even right at his childhood, look at his Krishna Bhakti. When he goes begging for food as a brahmachari, he goes begging for food to a house, and that the lady of the house doesn't have anything to give. Our Adi Shankaracharya gives this Karakadara Stotram, isn't it? Angam Hare Pulaka Bhushanam Ashrayanti Brindanganeva Mukula Kamalam Angikrita Kila Vibhutirapangaleela Mangalyadastu Mama Mangala Devataya. Our Perumal. He sings on this Perumal. Angam Hare Pulaka Bhushanam Ashrayanti. Look at that Mahalakshmi Devi. Shrirityeva prochate yahirubhya Shreyodainyashritanam jananam Srinatatve naiva Vishnoh paratvam Lakshmi nityam mangalam metanodu. That Mahalakshmi Devi, look at Mahalakshmi in his own heart. How is she there? How is she residing in Bhagavan's heart here? You can see that here every day when we come and have darshan devana, we have to enjoy. And now don't close your eyes at all. When we look at Bhagavan, look at his form, beautiful form. Look at Thaya in his agalagil alalmeyal mangai urai malar. Look at his heart. Look at how Thaya is there in his heart. And how the Divine Mother is in his Vakshastalam is whenever the devotee comes and falls at his feet, who's the devotee falling at his feet? Then immediately she will look up to Bhagavan's face to see what his reaction is. Is he looking at this devotee as a child, as a son, as a daughter? The little kid has come. Is looking at his sins alone because all of this, whatever we have done wrong, then Bhagavan because his eyes are closed for most part, so that he doesn't see our doshas. And our Divine Mother does a prayerana and says, look at his gunas, this is a little child, bless him in prayerana pandrala, and millions of bhaktas come every day at Tirumala, isn't it? And that Thaya looks below, looks above, looks below, looks above. This motion causes a horripilation in Bhagavan, it seems. Angam harehe pulaka bhushanam ashrayanti. Sringara Krishna. How true is that, isn't it? Padam pujakam. That is the bhavam of Adi Shankar when he starts. Imagine the kid who's 6 years old, 7 years old, who's gone for Abdina and the Bhava and the Krishna Bhakti Bhava. Yeah? And he goes out to the world, he goes to the banks of Narmada, he goes around the country showing the greatness of our dharma. He gets the grace of his guru, goes to Ganga Mata, Gange elevated. He goes to the banks of Ganga. And there, he shows the greatness, how Ganga Mata descended, all of that he shows. And then, he says, Bhagavati tavati re niramatra sanoham vigata vishayat krishnaha krishna maradayami. Sakala Dharusha Bhange Swarga Sopana Sange Tarada Taratarange Devi Gange Prasida. Gangashtakatla, maybe if he talks about Kashi Vishwanatha or Annapurneshwara, that's okay, right? Guess what he talks about? Oh my dear Ganga Mata, may sit here, may always sit here. I will not eat anything. I will not eat anything? Yes. I will only be thirsty. Thirsty for jnana, thirsty for vairagya, thirsty for water. In the water, Ganga Mata's water. Nira matra shanoham. I drink only your water. It will remove all the desires from my heart except Krishna Trishna. Vigata Vishaya Trishna, Krishna Maharaj. He goes to the banks of Ganges and says, I will pray to, may Lord Krishna come and reside in me. Look at his Krishna. Yeah? When he goes to, at that time when his mother comes, his mother is in a deathbed, what does Shankara do? Immediately out of his yogic powers he comes. Tasmin antare matur jnatva prasthanam antimam avirbhavuva sahasa yoga shaktya jagat guru. He immediately comes down to his mother's place. He looks at his thumb, Rishwa Shankaram Mata, Bashpa Susnigdalochana, Putram Aslishya Sanandam, Pranam Tatyaja Lilaya. When his mother goes and embraces him and says, Kanda Madhurya, you've come here. I want to see Bhagavan. Look at, guess what Acharya should have done? He could have prayed to any God. He prays to Lord Krishna. श्रियाश्लिष्टो विष्णुः स्थिरचरगुरुर्वेदविषयो धियां साक्षी शुद्धो हरिरसुरहन्ताब्जनयनः गदी शङ्की चक्री विमलवनमाली स्थिररुचिः शरण्यो लोकेशो मम भवतु कृष्ण अक्षीषयः. The way he prays is, may eyes be filled with Krishna darshanam. Krishna darshanam. அதனாலே வியாக்கியானம் என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஸ்ரீயாஸ்லிஷ்டோ விஷ்ணு that ராதாதேவி காக்குச்சி with our ராதாதேவி. ஸ்ரீயாஸ்லிஷ்டோ விஷ்ணுனா அவர் ராதாகிருஷ்ண யுகலம் மேல give me darshan. ஏன் அப்படின்னா through this the ashtakam, Krishna ashtakam that he does, he says naratanko tankah sharana sharano bhranti harano ghanashyamo vamo. Don't think that Vishnu அப்படின்னா எடுத்துக்காத. He says vrajasheshu vaisyo arjuna saka, that Arjuna saka who is playing with all the gopas, may that Krishna give me darshan. That is what he asks. And indeed Bhagavan gave him darshan. Indeed, avirasi tada tatra devadevo janardhanah shankachakra gada sridhar shriman brahmarudra visevitah. He got the darshan of Bhagavan in front of his mother. His mother also enjoyed the darshan. She went to moksha because it is Bhagavan tada tasya idadau moksham Vishnuhu mokshaprada prabhu sapi jyotisvarupene prapede paramam padam. Even to his mother he showed Krishna Bhakti. Yeah, that was the greatness of his Krishna Bhakti. And as he was doing the sancharam of the entire country, he went to Vrindavan. The moment he went to Vrindavan, he had to get the divine blessings. Yeah, and he went to the Yamuna river. Even in Ganga river, he got Krishna Bhakti. And Yamuna river, even should one ask? Murari Padavari Jata Yugma Lakna Manasa Pramatta Bhakta Mandala Prapujitangri Pankajam Vishuddha Bhava Purna Shuddha Krishna Bhakti Dagini Bhaje Kalinda Nandini. That is the greatness of Yamuna, isn't it? The moment you touch it, it will give you Krishna Bhakti. And when our Adi Shankaracharya entered the Yamuna river, he got the blessings of Radha Krishna. He got Radha Devi's prasadam. Srimad Vrindavanam Ramyam Krishnam Sri Krishna Padabhushitam Shankara Sakshat Tadarsha Jagatam Guru Tadarshana Parananda Kutuhala Vimohitaha Madhala Sagatim Tatra Tadarsha Yamuna Nadinim. And he got Radha prasadam there. And Radha Mata and Krishna were doing Jalakrida in Yamuna river. And our Radha Mata's, the string of flowers, Champaka flowers was in Radha Mata's hair, And when they were doing Jalakrida, those flowers fell down and they were flowing down. And all Brahma, Rudra, everyone was standing there, all the 33 crores of Devas were waiting to see who will get that prasadam. அப்படிங்கும்போது அவர் பகவத்பாதால் வாட்ட பிரசாதம். அப்படி ஒரு ஆனந்தம். Immediately he burst into that Yamanashtakam, isn't it? He burst into the Yaman. Murari Kaya Lali Malalam Varidharini Trinikrita Trivishta Pataloka Shoka Harini Manonukula Kula Kunja Duta Durmada Dunotuno Manomalam Kalinda Nandini Sada. Arshikarasa Yamanashtakam. He's written 2 Yamanashtakams, one of them. ಅದರ சொல்றார் ಜನಾರ್ದ ಕೇಳಿ ಕಾರಿ ಚಾರು ರಾಧಿಕಾ ತರಂಗಿಣಿ ಸ್ವಭರ್ತುರನ್ಯ ದುರ್ಲಭಾಂಗ ಸಂಗತಾಂಶ ಭಾಗಿನಿ ಸ್ವಧತ್ತ ಸಪ್ತ ಸುಪ್ತ ಸಿಂಧು ಭೇದಿನಾಥ ಕೋವಿದ ಧುನೋತುನೋ ಮನೋಮಲಂ ಕಳಿಂದ ನಂದಿನಿ ಸದಾ. ராதிக்கும் கிருஷ்ணனுக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த ஒரு நெருக்கத்தை சொல்றாங்க. And then he says, Jalacchuta Chutangaraгаlam Patali Shalini Vilola Radhika Kachanta Champakali Malini Sadavagahanavatirya Bhatrubhritya Narada. That particular, all Brahmarudradis and Narada, everyone is waiting there. Now Adishankaracharya got that prasada. He speaks about that. And he is able to see, even in Vrindavana, he is able to see Brahma Mohana Leela there. When he goes to Jagannatha Puri Kshetram, all of us know it is our Subhadraji, our Balarama Swami and our Lord Krishna. But our Adi Shankara sees something different. He sees Radha Devi there. Parabrahma Pida Kuvaledalo Pullanayano Nivasi Niladro Nitacharno Ananta Shirasi. What does he see? In the Rathotsavam of Jagannatha Puri, he sees Radha Devi. Rukmini Devi ko Radha Devi ko or Vidyasa. Rukmini Devi is a great, king's daughter. She is a princess. She knows to ride chariot and all that. Our Radha Devi is the cowherdess after all. She hasn't ridden on chariots and all that. When the Ratham comes down, our Adi Shankaracharya sees that our Jagannatha Swami has right next to him Radha Devi there. Rasanandor Radha Sarasavapur Alingana Babu Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatune. And Radha Devi is extremely scared because she is not gotten on a Ratha yet. This time the Ratha is going so fast, she is scared. And our Lord Krishna embraces her, and as the Ratha goes, look at this today. See, all these stutis are all okay. But look at Adi Shankara's Prakarana Granthas. If you had read what is known as Prabodha Sudhakaram, what is Prabodha Sudhakaram? Prabodha Sudhakaram is one Grantha which shows the greatness of a Siddhanta, which expounds a Siddhanta. Advaita Siddhanta, they expound Madhya. If you look at the subjects, the topics in Prabodha Sudhakaram, they have in the there is about 20 Prakaranams, 19 Prakaranams there. And each Dehaninda Prakaranam, Vishayaninda Prakaranam, Manoninda Prakaranam, one it says this body is not you. Don't get into all this some words, things in the samsara. This mind is not you. All of that it talks about, and then it goes to say what should Prabodha Prakaranam. It goes to say what one should be doing, how one should be doing dhyana. If we say, guess what Adi Shankara says? What is the right dhyana to do? Yamuna tat nikatastita Vrindavana Khanane Maharanyam Kalpadhrumagata Bhumo Charanam Charano Paristapaya. Pull your mind and establish it in Srimad Vrindavana. Prabodha Sudhakaram. If we think of Shankara as not a Krishna Bhakta and speak of something else, it doesn't make sense at all. Look at his own Granthas that he does. Hadina, greatness of Mahatmas. Krishna Bhakti Hridayatali Irkunu. That is the greatness of Krishna Bhaktas. The moment he is a Krishna Bhakta, then everything else will be Krishnamaya. At one point, he even feels, why did I even Evam Vilokya Gopalo Shankaro Jagatam Guru Nirakara Paropi Yesha Vimukta Driviyo Bhavat. In Vrindavana, he sees the Saundaryam, beauty of Lord Krishna with the Vibrat Venum, Jakarapatayo, Shindavetre, Chakakshe, Mame Padav, Masana Kavalam, Tatpalanyam, Gulishu, his flute stuck in his hip, and in one hand he has curd rice, in the left hand he has all his Vyanjanams. Tishtan Madhye, Subhari Sutrade, Hasayan, Narma Viswai, Swargye Loke, Mishati Bhuje, Yajna Bubbalakeli. That little Krishna, in one hand he has Taisava, curd rice, in the other hand he has the pickles. And there he is standing there with all his friends. He looks, or Shankaracharya looks at the beauty of this Krishna and says, Achayyo, Nirgunam, Nirvikarana Sulitane Bhagavana Poi. He feels bad. In the Saundarya Poi, I'm going to all that. That is how his name is. The Krishna Bhakti, so the next time when we think of our Bhagavad Pada, it should come into our mind. What he's showing to us to follow. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Achyutam Keshavam Ramana. Look at that. Everyone has done Bhagavatam, everyone has done, written Bhagavatam in different forms. How is our Adi Shankara written Bhagavatam? 100% he has written. 100% he has written. Enna, I don't want Gokul Leela, I don't want Mathura Leela, I don't want Dwaraka Leela. I want only Vrindavana Leela. Vrindavana Leela எழுதிருக்கார். இங்க சத்யம் ஞானம் அனந்தம் பிரம் நித்யம் அநாகாசம் பரமாகாசம் கோஷ்ட பிராங்கண லிங்கங்களலோத பராயாசம் பரமாயாசம். என்ன Brahman, Satya, Jnana, Nana, just like Vyasacharya starts as Janmadhyasya Kahara Aram, as Brahma Sutram he starts Bhagavatam, he is Satyam, Jnana, Anantam, Brahma, I mean, Upanishad Vakya, he starts going that Ashtakam. Every verse of the 8 Ashtakams is the little Krishna's Vrindavana Leela. How he is crawling in Vrindavana, how he is doing Gopi Vastravaharanam, how he is lifted Gopi Mandala Goshti Vedam, how he lifted the Govardhana mountain. எல்லாத்தையும் ஒவ்வொன்னா பிருந்தாவன போய் பிருந்தாவன சர பிருந்தாராத்யம் அப்படின்னு all the பிருந்தாவன leelas is showered in Govinda. That is greatness இல்லையா? அப்போ look at his ஹிருதயம்னா கிருஷ்ண பக்தி. அதனால when people look at Adishankara's form as a sannyasi அப்படின்னா சன்னியாசினா கிருஷ்ண பக்தி தான். சன்னியாசி தான் கிருஷ்ண பக்தி படும். சன்னியாசி only is a கிருஷ்ண பக்தி. அந்த lineageல வந்தவர் தான் where he shows that sannyasi is the best person to do. Even Sri Shuka, when you look at Sri Shuka, whose Swanbhavam Akila Shrutisaramekim Pravrajantam Anupetam Apedakrityam Vaipayam Virata. We read that, isn't it? In that state, what is the greatest thing he does? Krishna Bhakti. Appadina, inge vandu our and all these Mahatmas that come in this lineage, if you take Leela Shuka, he's shown as Krishna Bhakti. Madhusudana Saraswati, greatest of Advaitins, he is shown. Vamshi, Bhushidakara. Don't talk about all these Siddhantas. Don't talk about that. He's the greatest of Advaitis. Siddhanta Padilkar, Advaitata. Vamshi, Bhushidakara, Navanila Dhabat, Pitambara, Aruna Bimbapala, Roshkra, Purnendu Sundara Mukha, Tarandanetra, Krishnat Param, Kimapi Tattva, Mahamna Jana. I don't know any other philosophy other than Krishna. Madhusudana Saraswati. Bodhindra Swami எடுத்துக்கோங்க. அவர் look at our Jayadeva Swami and look at our Narayana Tirtha Swami. Look at other Mahatmas that have come in that lineage. Utkar எடுத்துக்கோங்க. All these Vijayam, look at him. Look at his kirtans. All of them have sung, have shown Krishna Bhakti. Oh, here they show us how one can be in the greatest state of complete renunciation. Sannyasam is not in the attire or anything. Even Grahasthas, even the greatest of Grahasthas, even those who have not embraced sannyasa, you can see their Krishna Bhakti in their heart. Even till date, when he goes to a temple and looks at an archa, look at his bhav, then now we will understand how Krishna Bhakti is, how their Krishna Bhakti is. In such lineage is where our Narayanan Swami came. He descended down on this earth and he showed us when we do Krishna Bhakti, it comes out as kirtans. It comes out as kirtans. Yen kirtanam appadina Bhagavan likes kirtans. Shravanam kirtanam nu rendavacha. Second type of bhakti, listening is one. The moment you keep listening, Tyagaraja Swami says in his Yantarama Anubhava, isn't it? The moment you have that love in your heart, it will come down as Ramanama Kirtan. Isn't it? When we write a kirtan, what word can we put here? How can these two words be aligning? We will see. When they start doing kirtans, it is not them explicitly writing kirtans. When they start doing a kirtan, they are not able to control the bhava in their heart that just gushes out as a kirtan. Gushes out as a kirtan. We have seen, many of us have been fortunate to see how kirtans come out of these Mahatmas. We see that, isn't it? When the bhavas well in their heart comes out as kirtan, it comes out. It is so apt, it is so beautiful, it's so apt. And the kirtans, it comes out as kirtan. Gurunatha பாடும்போது கீர்த்தன பிரியா நமோ நமோ அப்படின்னு he starts the kirtan itself with கீர்த்தன பிரியா. Bhagavan loves kirtans. Even in Tulsi Puja Kirtan he says, ரெண்டு சொல்றது வேத கீதத்தில் கண்ணன் மகிழ்கின்றான். Even the Vedas are in the form of Gita. Yeah. That's why Bhagavan likes Samadhana Priya, Samaveda Priya, isn't it? In Vedas and Sama, and the Samaveda he says, yeah, it is in Kirtan form, it is in a Gita form, Veda Gita Til, Veda Gita Til kind of and so what about who don't know, who cannot chant the Vedas? Kirtanatinal Kannan Magindran. அதுக்கு மேல கீர்த்தன் also Bhagavan is happy about it. So அப்போ அந்த கீர்த்தன் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா it comes from the heart, Gandharva Vidya. And we have Pramana that even the Puranas have been sung as kirtans. Ramayana was sung as a kirtan by Lava and Kusha, isn't it? When they came down, they looked like actual Rama come in two forms. Lord Rama come in two forms. When he comes out of his mirror, it took two forms, Lava Kusha Marirunga. They had a veena in their hand and they started singing Ramayana. Ramayana was done as a kirtan. How about Bhagavatam? Bhagavatam was also a kirtan. Sadhana kirtan, we don't have any accompaniments, luckily for me. But there, when Bhagavatam was initially sung, Prahladastaladari, Dharanagatitayacha Uddhavakamsyadari, Veena-dhari Surarishiki, Narada was there, Veena Yachandaka. Veena-dhari Surarishiki, Prahlada, he has that chitra, Prahladastaladari, and Uddhava, Jara, the Vengala, the Jara that he puts. Yeah, அப்படின்னா தாளம் அழகா இருக்குமா அந்த பாவத்துக்கு ஏற்ற தாளம் இல்லையா if you don't have the right talam like we heard yesterday if you don't have the right talam it's better to stop isn't it don't put talam Uddhava knows that bhavam exists அதனால he will do Uddhava kamsyadhari veena-dharihi swarabhishihi swarakushaladaya ragakarta Arjuna knows all Gandharva Vidya he knows dance he knows beautiful singing thanks to all the curses he had. And Allah Karsini, he used it for Bhagavad Vishnu. That's the greatness of Arjuna, isn't it? He knew dance, he knew singing. Arjuna is sitting there in the corner. Arjuna Ragakarta Arjuno Bhoot Sahana. Arjuna starts the kirtan. Ragam is mother. Father also has to be there, isn't it? Yaar appa na Indran. Layam, Nirdalam. Indrahova, and the அளவுக்கு ராகம் இருக்கும் அந்த அளவுக்கு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா தான் இருக்கும் இல்லையா அப்போ இந்திரோபாதி மிருதங்கம் he knows he plays மிருதங்கம் very well இல்லையா எல்லா இடத்துலயும் இந்திரன் வரும்போது we can see வாச்சால பாஷம் சப்தம் இதெல்லாம் ரைமிங்காமே வரும் அதனால he's perfect with talents. So Indra is ready with this மிருதங்கம் இந்திரோபாதி மிருதங்கம் அப்போ நடுவில் அப்படியே கசல் எடுக்கும்போது கோபிகா ஜீவன ஸ்மரணம் ஆடு இருக்கணும் இல்லையா சத்குருநாத மகாராஜ்கி இப்படி சொல்றதுக்கு ஆடு இருக்கணும் ஜெய ஜெயஸ்கரா அப்படின்னு அப்படி பண்ணி கீர்த்தனம் பண்ணும்போது who's coming there? ஸ்ரீ சுகா comes there. என்ன பண்றாரா அப்படி கீர்த்தனம் பண்றார் பர்கா பீட்டம் நடவரவபு கர்ணயோ கர்ணிகாரம் he gives the entire Bhagavatam அப்படின்னா Bhagavatam is also Kirtan based. Next, even Prabandhams that are sung by Alvars, even though generally it is read as texts, if you want to go and look at the Kirtan, go to Sri Rangam. Especially this time, last 10 days and the next 10 days, you will know how it is beautifully sung as Kirtans by Aryas. Prabandham is also shown as Kirtans here. All these things have been, all these works have been converted to Kirtan form because Bhagavan likes Kirtans. Adhanala, Kirtan is not, Kirtan is the easiest way to attain Bhagavan. Adhanala, namakku indha Kirtan theriyumo theriyadhu, we know Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare That's why Gunata Shin says, catch hold of this Kalir Govinda Kirtanam. Catch hold of this Kirtanam. Appadi Kirtanam Paninavar, our Narayana Tirtha, who in the 15th century, Narayana Tirtha was born as Govinda Shastri in a place called Mangalagiri. It was called Shobhanagiri. That's a Narasimha Kshetra. He is sung on that Narasimha also. And it's near Guntur, in the banks of River Krishna in Andhra Pradesh. And he was a great scholar. He learned all the Shastras, the Vedas and Shastras. And he used to go out and use these Vedas and Shastras and all of that. Once as he was crossing the Krishna river, when he was returning back from some kind of a work, he was returning back. And when he was coming back, Krishna river suddenly got flooded. And it was, in those days there was no bridges, he had to get down the Krishna river and come home. It was completely flooded and he didn't know what to do, because he was learned in the Shastras. He figured, what, I don't want to die a death like this. I'm not going to get flooded, I'm going to get completely sunk in this flood, in this deluge. So at least there is a provision in the Shastras where you can embrace sannyasa. It is called apat sannyasa. You say nyastam, you say I have given up everything. I have given up desires for everything. The moment you say that, and there are some mantras and all that, rituals as well. There are some specific mantras for apat sannyasa. The regular sannyasa, there is different paddhati and all that. For apat sannyasa, it is more at the mental level, and you give up all the other desires and then say, I will give up all of this and I am embracing sannyasa. Then you take sannyasa. And many Mahatmas have done that. Apat sannyasa, when they know that they are at the end of their life, they embrace apat sannyasa. And then that way, it is a smooth, even if they pass away, they are passing away as a sannyasi. It's a great way of passing away, giving up the body. So, our Govinda Shastri embraces that sannyasa. Embraces sannyasa, apat sannyasa. Manasala, he said, Neskam, I give up all the desires for Kamini, Kanchanam, all of that, and I am taking sannyasa. To his surprise, suddenly the flood reduced. It was normal. He didn't expect that. And then he was so surprised that he was alive. He walked back to his home. And look at the power of his words and his sankalpa. When he went home and looked at his pathivratya form of his wife saw him. The moment she saw him as a sannyasi, even though he had only normal vastram and all that. She saw him as a Danda sannyasi with kamandanu and all that, with kashayam and kamandanu. And she was stunned and surprised. Sannyasa kodukla vandru kele, how can you enter the house as a grihastha? Appadine kekkumbodhu, at first our Govinda Shastri didn't, he said, sannyasa, what is it? He even forgot that he had embraced sannyasa. Then he realized, oh my God, look at the power of the words. Look at the power. Any words that we say, especially any words that Mahatmas say, is not a joke at all. Many of us have this experience, but still saying, any sankalpa that Mahatmas make is nothing. It's not a simple joke at all. Right? That sankalpa, the moment he realized that, he left. He got the kshamatra vairagyam, he left the home. He left the home, he directly went to Kasi. He wanted to get actual sannyasa. He went to Kasi. Ramananda Tirtha, Mahatma, they called Shivarama Tirtha. Shiva Narayana Tirtha, his mudras. So he got Yatokta, sannyasa from this Mahatma, and he lived in Kasi. He undertook various studies of various scriptures and all of that, but what he had in his heart is the Krishna Bhakti. What he had the Krishna Bhakti in his heart. And that welled up every time he went to, just like Adi Shankaracharya, he went to various different places. He went to Jagannatha Kshetra. He sang a beautiful kirtan on our Subhadra, Muralidhara, and he even quotes Sudarshana Swami there. Sudarshana there. He sings a beautiful kirtan there. And he comes back, as he goes around the country, he comes back to Andhra Pradesh. Not to his house, but he comes back to Andhra Pradesh. And out of his mere bhakti, he had gotten, he was able to cure so many diseases, so many different things. He had that power in him. Someone came, that the child was bitten by a snake. Immediately he prays to our Vinatasura, Garuda Bhagavan. Vainateyam virajantam Vishnuvahanamuttamam Vaikuntashrayam naya kayam gayam kamadam. He prays to our Garuda and says, he does a beautiful kirtan on Garuda and says, he prays saying that may the snake bite be cured, may take away the poison from this body. Gurunatha looks at this and says, poison. Enna poison அப்படிங்கிறது சொல்றாரு. அகரமும் முகரமும் மகரமுமான ஒரு எழுத்தின் தாரத்தை இறகாக கொண்டவனே கொணர்ந்தி உன் இறைவனையே சடுதியில் கொணர்ந்தி உன் இறைவன். He said, Gurunatha said, bring Bhagavan to me, bring Perumal to me, my heart. If my heart is full of dirt, poison, he won't come. So remove the poison from my heart and bring Bhagavan to me. Inna poison irukku. What poison do I have in my heart? Appadina Vijayam endra vidathai vilakubavani. All of us are that poison. Enna appadina asare samsare vishaya vishasanka kunadiyam. Bhagavan says Vishayam is the poison, is the visham. Worldly matters is the visham that all of us have. And who can remove that kind of a poison? Garuda Bhagavan. Vijayam endra vidathai vilakubavani. And here, when our Narayanan sang that kirtan, Garuda Bhagavan came on the top. He started flying on the sky, and mere shadow of his cast on that little child was cured. That was the greatness of his kirtans, the prabhavam of his kirtans. And when he went to Tirtha, he had darshan of our Perumal in Tirtha, and there he sung various different kirtans on Perumal. And a little boy came there when he was in solitude. A little boy came there in a piece of palm leaf. He gave a piece of palm leaf to Narayanan Tirtha and went away. Our Swami looked at this piece of palm leaf and saw it was written something. Enna appadina Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. He didn't understand initially. Then he understood Bhagavan is asking him to sing. Bhagavan is asking him to sing just like he asked Sundara to sing, isn't it? Parameshwara asked him, Sundara, paadu. அப்படின்னு சொன்னார் இல்லையா? எப்படி பாடு? பித்தாவே பாடு. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பித்தா பேரேச்சூடி அப்படின்னு பாடுறாரு. Sundara sang unto Lord Shiva in Tiruvannayanaru. Likewise, our Narayanan Tirtha gets that words to sing from Bhagavan itself. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. He starts singing. He doesn't start singing right away. He has it in his heart. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. Enga poi where appadina he is going down to the banks of Kaveri. As he reaches the banks of Kaveri, he has terrible stomachache. Bhagavan says, Bhagavan comes in his dream. Perumal comes in his dream and says, go to a place called Varahapuram, and there you will get cured of your stomachache. Map of Varahapuram, there is no place. So again, there is no Google Maps or anything, but no one understood what Varahapuram is. He went to the banks, he went to the southern districts, as he crossed Kaveri, he came to this beautiful place called Govindapuram. And when he came to Govindapuram, that was when Shri Bhagavanama Bodhendra Saraswati Swami had just left his mortal coil a few months ago. There he sat there, he looked at Bhagavanama Bodhendra's works on Nama Prabhavam. He looked at Bhagavanama Rasode. He looked at the greatness of Bhagavanama. That is when he realized how great Bhagavanama is, and he started singing Rama Krishna Govindeti Nama Samprayoge Kamamiha Snadavyam Sarvottama Praya words that you need to know. Rama, Krishna, Govinda. As only in the 3 words is the greatest of the fortunes that you will get. Do you want to purify yourselves? Don't go to Bhagirathi, don't go to Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri and all. Don't go to Ganga, Saraswati, Yamuna, Saraswati, all these rivers. When you say Rama, Nama, Ganga, Raman, so Ganga. Raman, so the moment you say Rama, it is Ganga. Krishna Nama, Yamune. Krishna Nama is Yamuna, isn't it? And what is Saraswati? Govinda Nama is Saraswati. And when you say Rama, Krishna, Govinda, you get the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, which is nothing but Sarvotama Prayage. Rama, Krishna, Govinda, all of us chant. You're as good as taking a dip in Prayag. Deva Prayag. Yeah? That is the greatness of Rama, Krishna, Govinda, and he shows various proofs. The first proof is that in the Prayag, the greatest, all these rivers finally go into the ocean. In the ocean, what kind of ocean does this go into? The moment you say Rama, Krishna, Govinda, you get washed in these rivers and you attain the ocean. In the ocean, you will attain Sadguru, Kripa, Samudra, Sangahetu, Labhe. You get the first thing when you chant Bhagavan Nama, Sadguru Kripa. Bodhindra Swami says, Sadguru Kripa Irundaka, Rama, Krishna, Govinda itself come in your lips, isn't it? There, you understand Sadguru Kripa when you chant Bhagavan Nama. Bhagavan Nama, when it comes in your lips, Sadguru Kripa, Samudra, Sangha, Hetu, Labhe. That is the greatest bhagyam you get, or Satsangam. He will show you his presence. Then what will happen? Snana Sandhya Japa Homa Tarpana Napekshite Hani Vridyati Rahita Akhanda Sukha Phalaprade. Rama, Krishna, Govinda, it's equivalent to all kinds of rituals you do. Snana, Sandhya, Japa, Homa, Tarpana, all of this, the simple Rama, Krishna, Govinda. இது என்ன இது வரைக்கும் கொண்டு போயினா பிரம்ம வேத்யா லக்ஷண நிரீக்ஷண விசக்ஷணே பாதித கோர சம்சார வாரண தத்காரணே. It will give you the supreme of experiences. That Brahma Vidya, that greatest of knowledge, jnana, it will give you by simply chanting the Brahma. He gives that beautiful kirtan out. He gives that beautiful kirtan and he stays there in Govindapuram for some time. He goes to this place in Kaveri, near Kaveri, called Nadu Kaveri. And there, as he is sleeping, in one night he has a dream. And in the dream he sees, Bhagavan comes and says that you will see an animal. You will see an animal, tomorrow you follow that animal and you will get your cure for your stomachache. And when he wakes up the next day, he does, what happens? He sees an animal. And what is that animal? It is Varaha Bhagavan. Varaha Bhagavan comes before Perumal comes. Perumal first comes as Varaha Bhagavan, right? In Tirupati also, Perumal came as Varaha Bhagavan. He is one of the first avatars in Bhagavad. Varahato Koviraka Angushta Parimanakaha Tasya Vipashyata Kasta Kshanena Kila Bharata Gajamatra Pravadade Tam Adhyutama Bhurmahat. Varaham Perina Varahasana or Nirvachana. Varaha, the story of Varaha, when we read in Bhagavatam, it is read on the first day. First day is the best day, Varahas. Best day, because Varaha Avataram happens on the first day. He is the first one who comes and he shows Perumal to us, isn't it? And even in the story of Tirupati Perumal, Bhagavan comes as Varaha Avatar. Even today there is Varaha Avatar, isn't it? In the temple of Varaha, Bhuvara Swami in Tirupati, whom we pray unto before we go to our Perumal's darshan. So Varaham came there and our Narayanan started following this Varaham. As he followed, he went around the lanes, different lanes. Then it went to apparently to Ganesha temple. Ganesha was his friend. He's always a friend. Who knows the story of Srirangam? We know Ganesha as a friend. He showed us Ranganatha Swami, isn't it? Our Ganesha. My Ganesha is a friend all the time. Here, even for our Narayan Tirtha, Ganesha was his friend. You would pour there in Kamchara. With this trunk, he showed up. Ganesha Jaya 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 Swami Jaya 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 Jita Vairi Varga Prachanda Jaya Jaya Gaja Mukha Jaya Vakratunda Jaya Jaya Swami Jaya Jaya. He sang into Ganesha and he goes and he rented a house. Why did he enter a house? And he disappeared. Then our Swami went and checked the house. There's a little varaham, there's a boar that came. There's a beautiful form of Perumal there. And that was none but Kalyana Venkateshwara Swami. Our Perumal, with his Sridevi, Bhudevi, he was right there. And then Sarvajnana Kriya Shaktim Sarvalokeshwaram Vibhuhum Sarvavedavidam Vishnum Prabhavishnum Upasmahe Jaya Jaya Ramanatha Jaya Jaya Dharanatha Jaya Jaya Varahapura Shri Venkatesha Jaya Jaya. He saw the beautiful form of Perumal with Sridevi and Bhudevi there. And he understood that is Varahapuram. That is Varagur. Today it is called Varanga. He saw Perumal there. And at Perumal's Ajna, he built a beautiful temple for Perumal there. He built a beautiful temple for Perumal there. And he according to Vaikhanasa Agamam, he built a temple. And then, that is when he started composing so many kirtans on Krishna's Leelas. It came as waves in his heart. He composed what is known as Krishna Leela Tarangini. Tarangamna waves, 12 waves came it seems. How did 12 waves came? 12 cantos of Bhagavatam came as 12 waves. The 12 aksharas in Vadaksakshari came as 12 waves. The 12 sargas of Gita Govindam came as 12 waves in his heart. He composed the Krishna Leela Tarangini in 12 cantos, 12 sargams. And he composed it as different kirtans. That is how we get great Mahatmas kirtans, They compose kirtans in different times, and when they are put together, it comes out as a beautiful kavyam. And our Narayana Tirtha's Tarangams, composed at different times, singing of our Lord's greatness, comes out as Krishna Leela Tarangam, as a kavyam, as a natakam. It comes out as a natakam with about 145 kirtans, and it has gadyam, prose verses also, 260 odd verses, and there's darus, where there's introduction, there's people who announce and all that. When it is a natakam, when it's a drama, there is all the components of the drama. With all of that, he composed that in Sanskrit. He knows Telugu. He's composed other compositions in Telugu, but this one he's composed in Sanskrit language, and he has that Narayana Tirtha, the Tarangams, and he sings unto his Lord. When he sings unto his Lord, now he has preached this beautiful temple is built on Vaikhanasa Agamam, isn't it? Vaikhanasa Agamam is given by Bhagavan himself. The Vaikhanasa Rishi, as we saw Narayana Muni, right? Last year when we saw the greatness of Tirupati, Tirupati Perumal, we saw Vaikhanasa Agamam is joined by Bhagavan himself. So the great learned scholars of this Agama said they took a little issue with our Tirtha Swami. Kama Krodha Hinanam Yatinam Vijitatmanam Yevam Gandharva Vidyayam Adhikarona Vidyate Tatapi Shastram Ullangya Swachanda Charitohyam Karoti Natyam Ganancha Nrityam Krishnala Yevata. See, this is not right. First, this temple is made of Vaikhanasa Agamam, following Vaikhanasa Agamam, so it is not right to actually sing and dance. He would tie anklets in his feet and start dancing, singing Krishna Kirtan. இல்லையா? அப்போ அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது, and this speaks about the entire Bhagavad, it starts from Krishna's birth and it goes all the way to Rukmini Kalyan. Even today we sing Neelamegha Nivakaram, Rukmini Kalyanam Kirtan in all our Radha Kalyanams, we sing Rukmini Kalyan Kirtan of our Narayana Kirtan. That's not actually how he ends, but that is one of the Pradhana songs of Rukmini Kalyan. So Narayana Tirtha happily sings it in front of Perumal. But here these learned scholars said, you shouldn't be singing all this because it is not, first you are sannyasi. You cannot tie the anklets in your legs and start singing. That is not right. He says, Vishnu Dhanancha Nityancha Natanancha Visheshataha Brahman Brahmana Jatinam Kartavyam Nityakarmate Chatunam Ashramanancha Varnanam Vijasattamaha Harihi Sankirtane Nityam Adhikarohi Vartate. For all different varnas, for all the different ashramas, Hari Sankirtanam is being said in the Shastras. It is not against the Shastras. Very humbly, Swami says. Then the next problem they have is, that is okay. Whatever, if you are a yati, you are dancing, that's okay. But this is a temple built in Vaikaras Agama. In temple, you cannot come and sing, dance and all. So, Pakatru Bhajana Madhavar, go there. Then Bhajana Madhavar was so here, it was such a demeaning thing. Pakatru Bhajana Madhavar, there you go and sing all your kirtans and all. Here, this is a temple built in Agama Shastras, you cannot sing here. Our Swami said, no, I think you won't visit Tirtha. Yeah, Sri Lanka. And Prabhandhans are sung. Ahyameva Parodharmaha Kalikalmashanashakaha Samprokta Sarva Shastreshu Krishna Sankirtanatmakaha Prabandham Prakritam Tatra Kirtayenaiva Kaschana Tasmat Kshipram Matam Gatva Krishna Sankirtanam Kuru. Swami says, it is some, Narayana Divya Prabandhams are sung as kirtans. So that is not wrong. Then these Pandits add even more anger. Oh, whatever you have created as good as Prabandham. How can you compare Prabandhams are given by Alvas? They are inspired by Alvas. You start writing something and you say, I can sing. Swami says very humbly, he says, Anta Pravishya Bhagavan Prerayan Manvichottamaha Swayam Chakara Hanyeta Krishna Lila Tarangini. It is Bhagavan who came and entered my heart. It is out of his prerana that I have written Krishna Lila Tarangini. Really? Yadi Krishnasya Kripaya Pravritteyam Tarangini Nirupanam Kuru Kshipram Sarvesham Abhipashyata. Let's see. Prove that indeed Bhagavan only wrote it from your heart. Prove it. Let's all see. Swami will stop. It is no use arguing with these people. Who am I to prove the greatness of my work? So we can just walk away. But that will demean only Bhagavan, isn't it? Bhagavan let him, we will submit to him. I don't know how many people do this when they get a big new book, when they get a Vaibhavotsavam, they go to Guru Maharaj, they go to a Mahatma, get his signature, get some verse written on it, isn't it? Some people do that. Sometimes to a casual onlooker, it's very irritating. He is going there, someone gets a book, trusts unto him and says, sign it. Book signing when Mahatmas sign a book, it becomes more divine. Normally the book is divine. When Mahatmas or Bhagavan signs a book, it is even more divine, isn't it? Jayadeva got it signed from Jagannatha himself, isn't it? However, his handwriting was there. And he kept it on his head. That's why he says, Mama Shirasi Mandaram. Isn't it? Jagannatha himself signed. And our Tiruvachakam, our Tiruvachakam and Lord Nataraja signed it. Tulsi Ramayan was written by Tulsidas Maharaj, Kashi Vishwanatha signed it. Right? And Bhakta Kola himself signed Sri Anna's works. In the Madri, ஒரு பகவானுடைய சிக்னேச்சர், மகாத்மா சிக்னேச்சர் இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஈவன் இஃப் யூ டேக் a normal book to them, they sign it, it becomes divine. இல்லையா? இங்க வந்து நாராயண தீர்த்தர் has given his Bhagavan's own writings, so why not get a signature from Bhagavan? So he was not, he did not have the ego in his head. Parikshitum Krishna kripam na adhikaro mama dvijaha tatapi kirtayamyeva tena tushyantu madavaha. I am not anyone to test the works, but I know he will be pleased with my work. So let us put a screen and we will sing Tarangam, and whoever is blessed can experience the divine form, divine Leela of Bhagavan. So now we go to then Ityuktvasa Yatindrovi Prahasan Hridyekshanah Gananchakara Maduram Veenancha Ranayanstada. They put a screen and our Swami started singing Krishna Leela Tarangam. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva Pankajasana Bhavita Bhava. Mangalalaya Mamavadeva. Remember, he puts it at Krishna Jananam. Tamadbhutam Balakam Ambujekshanam. That ghatam, when Krishna's birth and the ghatatla, he keeps this kirtan as the signature, because that was what was the blessing from Krishna himself, isn't it? That is what he keeps as a signature, and he sings. As he sings, he listens to he sees that Bhagavan comes and starts dancing, and he hears the anklets. Suprasanno mukundopi pada shinchitanupuraha chakara natanam ramyam venuvadana tatparaha. He starts dancing, he's playing his flute and dancing. And everyone could hear that tingling of his anklets. Sarve sarvairapi janais tatra krishnasya paramatmanah yati shreshtasya kripaya samshruto nupuradvanihi. Everyone could see that, hear the anklets. They all fell at our Swami's feet and asked for forgiveness. And since then, every year, even till date, the Utsavam happens with Krishna Leela Tarangini. Utsavam happens with Krishna Leela Tarangini, where even today in Varagur, Perumal gets the Utsavam during Janmashtami time with Krishna Leela Tarangini, and the disciples of Narayana Tirtha, who was even documented and published works on how the Utsavam has been conducted today. Even today, it's one of the greatest Utsavams. And Tirtha had such a beautiful life, wonderful life of immersed in Krishna Leela, and eventually he merged with the divine in a very close place next to on the banks of Kaveri called Tirupunduri. Even today his samadhi is at Tirupunduri. That is the greatness of Narayana Tirtha. And today that we had Krishna Janana, we can enjoy a couple of verses of Tirtha's Tarangam on Krishna Janana. As he goes, talks about Bhagavan's birth. When Sri Shuka speaks on Lord Krishna's birth, the way he starts is very good. Parikshit, you asked a great question. Let me start. Bhumir Triptan Rupa Vyaja Daityani Kashatayutaihi. Bhubharam is something that could not be borne by Bhuma Devi, the Mother Earth. So she went and prayed to Brahmaji, and all of them prayed to Lord in his office, which is when Bhagavan responded. Our Tirtha beautifully sings in his kirtan, and when they go, apparently Sanakadis also go there. And guess what Sanakadis sing unto Bhagavan? They pray unto Bhagavan. Rama, Krishna, this kirtan comes there. Apparently Sanakadis say, your name is only enough for us. Tasyalayindanendasya padaravindi kinjatka mishra tulasi makarandava samshobha akshara shashamti chittanoho magadla. The sloka. That those Brahmanishtas who thought that Bhagavan is without any form, by smelling the tulasi of Bhagavan, they were so much mesmerized with the beauty of the Lord's form itself. Those same people, now by listening to his divine name, Rama, Krishna, Govinda, say this alone is enough for us. That is how Narayana Tirtha gives his kirtan there. And then, Sharanam Bhava Karunamayi Kuludina Dayalu करुणारस वरुणालय करिराज कृपालो अतुना कलु विधिनामयि सुधिया सुरभरितं मधुसूदन मधुसूदन हर मामकदुरितं. That is how devas go and surrender to Bhagavan. Bhagavan announces saying that I will come down. Bhagavan shows himself unto them, and he says, I will come down and I will take the birth in Vasudeva and Devaki's home. Bhagavan Pitanaha Bhaktinam Namran Sau Suran Avadhirye Dorvamshe Karishyami Hitam Duvai. And then Bhagavan, and then Vasudeva's and Devaki's wedding, all of it is written. For the want of time, we will cut short on all of that. And Vasudeva comes in when they says when the Asharira says Asyaswam Ashtamo Darbo Hantaya Bhase, the eighth child will be your killer. Then Kamsa is about to kill Devaki, and then Vasudeva comes and pleads and says, I give all my children unto you. The first child is born. Narada comes. Narayana Narayana Narayane Satatam Varam Varam Gayan Bhaktya Naradoyam Virajate Ashtanam Ashtamatvetu Na Vishesho Asti Kanchana Upekshase Katam Muda Yat Kartavyam Kurushvatate. Exactly Bhagavad what Bhagavad says. He is written as Kirtan. It could be interpreted very differently by many people. Whatever you need to do, Kartavyam Yat Kartavyam Kurushvatate. Whatever you need to do, do it. When Narada comes and tells Kamsa, and goes, Kamsa kills all the 6 children. Bhagavan is born, he's conceived as Balarama in Devaki's womb, and he's moved to Nandagokulam. And when Bhagavan is conceived through our Vasudeva's heart, Bhagavan comes into Vasudeva's heart, and then he gets conceived into Devaki's womb. Our Narayanan Swami beautifully describes that. And then he also describes Garbhastuti, how devas come and sing a stuti, and to Jaya Jaya Srinivasa Jaya Jaya Jimutanabha Bhayakarana Vinasha Bhakta Manasa Nivasa. And he sings a beautiful kirtan where all the devas come and do a stuti. And on this beautiful day, Bhagavan takes an avatar. Devakya Sishubhavametya Bhagavan Narayana Shripatihi Sarvajnana Mahavibhuti Sahitaha Saprarthanai Karmavihi Adityendru Sahasrakoti Sadrisha Bhasagriham Bhasayan Pitro Sneha Sudamaho Darishashankoyam Harirgiyate Mangalalaya Mamadeva. Bhagavan's beautiful birth is being described by Narayana. And Devaki and Vasudeva together, like Bhagavatam says, Devaki makes a separate stuti, Vasudeva makes the first stuti, and then Devaki does the next stuti. Here Devaki and Vasudeva together make a stuti and to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan says, Avadharaya, listen to me, Avadharaya Mam Ishvara Devadevam. I am very pleased with your tapas. Like Guru Ayappan comes to give darshan to Devaki and Vasudeva, and he speaks, isn't it? He has written there and says, I am very happy with your tapas, and I came to you in different avatars. Now I am coming as the last birth to you. Bhagavan shows himself to Devaki and Vasudeva, and then he orders them to take him across Yamuna River to Nandagokulam. Sukteshu Kamsatushu Duteshu Dwareshu Ghatiteshu Cha Madagya Yamunaya Datta Maryena Mamnaya Iti Kaditavati Ishwari Tataiva Pranaya Vashad Akarod Yadu Praviraha Sukham Adhivasati Smagokulakyam Harihi Akilanta Rachit Prabho Pimayi. And Nanda Baba, goes to Nandagokulam, Vasudeva goes to Nandagokulam, places Krishna there, takes Maya Devi and comes. He also speaks on Durga, Durga Devi's avatar. He sings on Durga Devi's Avtaram as well, and he enjoys Nandotsavam to Kalaya Kalyani Narayana. He enjoys Nandotsavam very well, which we will enjoy in a different way now, right? Today we have had Krishna Janam, we will enjoy it in a different way. The beauty of Narayana Tirtha's Charitam comes in one shloka. Yadangri Pankeru Harenu Lagnam Nipiya Nityam Vimala Tarangaha Janami Tattvam Nijamatma Rupam Tannau Narayana Tirthamaryam Yannamna Patanam Anagaviyate Omkara Lakshadikam Yanmurte Abhipujanam Harihara Brahmadi Puja Smritam Yat Karyam Trividam Samasta Janakam Sastrata Nirnayakam Srinarayana Tirtha Sadguruvaram Tannaumi Krishna. This is the Vihana Shloka of Narayana Tirtha. All it says is, all you need to do, chant his name. Doing lakhs and lakhs of Omkara Japam is equivalent to chanting Narayana Tirtha once. Yannamna patanam anagabhyate omkara lakshadikam. When you see his beautiful form, it is like doing pujas as Harihara and Brahma. Doing pujas to various different deities is by merely looking at the form of the Guru. Guru Dhyana, Guru Namam is alone enough. So that is a lesson we learn. And the beauty of Guru's kirtans, like we see in Madhura Gita, that is alone enough for all of us. Mangalam Rukmini Ramanaya Srimate Mangalam Ramaniya Murtayete Mangalam Srivatsa Bhushanaya Shalini Mangalam Nanda Gopatmajaya Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Navanita Choraya Nandati Gopa Gorakshime Gopika Vallabhaya Narada Munindra Nutanamadeyaya Te Narayanananda Tirtha Gurave Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Bhagavata Priyaya Bhavadukka Naranaya Pandava Vamsha Poshakaya Muralidhara Bhakta Kamita Pujitaya Srimate Premika Varadaya Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Savitri Raja Gopala Bhalaya Sharavindu Koti Samashitalaya Sakshat Parabrahma Purna Swarupaya Muralidharaya Mama Guruvaraya Jaya Mangalam Nitya Shubha Mangalam Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Satgurunatha Maharaj Ki Jai Vacha Manasindriva Buddhyatmanava Pratyaya Swabhava Karomyate Sakalam Parasmai Srimad Narayana Samapayami